tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa swakhato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko ehi passiko panayiko paccattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Swakhato Bhagavata Dhammo. The Dhamma of the Blessed One is well proclaimed. Sandittiko, visible here and now. Akaliko, not delayed or timeless. Ehipassiko, inviting inspection. Opanaiko, onward leading. Paccattam veditabbo vinyuhi, experienceable by the wise. Friends and children in the Dhamma, welcome for our special Dhamma Talks series in this Rains retreat in the New Jersey Buddhist Vihara. Today this Dhamma talk is being sponsored by Dr. Kottahachi with the aspiration to dedicate all the merits that we generate by sharing this Dhamma, by listening this Dhamma, together with his beloved wife, Mrs. Kottahachi, and to her father, and also his parents, are the recipients that he aspired to dedicate, share these merits that we generate in our hearts. So let's listen to this Dhamma, and by the end of this Dhamma talk, let's share these merits together with all those aspired departed ones of Dr. Kottahachi. So today, I think you are well aware that we are going to talk on the virtues of the Dhamma. Last week we started this series of talk on the virtues of Dhamma with the explanation of the term Dhamma. I think it is better to have a little recap, because this virtue that I am going to explain is connected with the previous talk that I explained. The Dhamma is twofold, as pariyatti, the teaching or the theory of the Dhamma, patipatti, the practice, the practical aspect of the Dhamma, and pativeda, realization of the Dhamma through that practice. And the second aspect is the supramundane aspect, Lokuttara Dhamma, ninefold supramundane factors, Sotapatti Maggapala, Sakadagami Maggapala, Anagami Maggapala, Arhat Maggapala, that we explained those two aspects well in our last talk, last Saturday. So today, with this recap, let's begin the virtues of the Dhamma with the first one, Swakhato, well proclaimed. Now, Su means well, Akhato means proclaimed, uttered, expressed, well expressed, well explained is the Dhamma. Now, for that, I think it is better to start with the story that once a group of devotees went to the monastery while the Buddha was taking his accommodation there in that monastery. Their intention is to listen to some Dhamma. They did not go directly to the Buddha to bother him. They went to one of those monks, famous monk called Subhuti. This Venerable Subhuti is considered as the father of Zen Buddhism. He is famous for silence. He is so quiet. Very rarely a word would come out of Venerable Subhuti's mouth. He is famous for his silence. And this group went to hear the Dhamma from him. Of course, as anybody can expect it, he was silent. They sat down, requested him to teach. He just closed eyes and kept quiet, completely silent. And these devotees, very angry, criticizing him, scolding him, they left Venerable Subhuti and went to Venerable Sariputta. Now, Sariputta is such a monk who has a very deep Dhamma knowledge. Actually, he is the father of Abhidhamma. He is the one who started the tradition of Abhidhamma. Now, when they sat down and made the request, he gave a very deep Dhamma talk that these devotees could not understand neither the head nor the tail of it. They were still very angry. Scolding Venerable Sariputta, went to Venerable Ananda. Ananda is the treasurer of the Dhamma. He remembered all the Buddha's teachings, and his Dhamma teaching is so simple, even a child will understand. Such a simple manner he teaches Dhamma. Of course, Venerable Ananda gave a very simple Dhamma talk, and it was too simple for this group of people. And they were still not happy. They were angered more. And they went to see the Buddha, scolding all these three monks. These prominent disciples of Buddha knows nothing. They don't know how to teach. Scolding to those Venerable Arahants, they went to see the Buddha. And they related the story to the Buddha. Then the Buddha said, nobody in the world is immune to blame. Everybody gets blamed. The silent one gets blamed. The one who talks much gets blamed. The one who talks little still gets blamed. Nobody is immune to blame. This is a very good lesson. We think we are good so that nobody will blame us. There will be somebody. Somebody will always find fault with you and try to blame you. So nobody is immune to blame. Even those Arahants got blamed. How about us? Yeah. So with that, Buddha gave a talk to this group of people, and they felt so happy. They felt so joyful after listening to the Buddha. Now, what happened? Why those monks, those great disciples of Buddha, could not make the audience happy, and Buddha could do that? Buddha could give us talk in such a beautiful manner, the audience always feels so happy. They never left Buddha after listening to him with unhappiness. So joyful they all felt. when they left the Buddha, the miracle happened because of his miraculous way of teaching Dhamma, because of the swakato, well proclaimed, well expressed is the Dhamma of the Buddha. Now, we have to understand the words that came out from the Buddha came out of his immense silence in the heart, immense purity in the heart. The Dhamma that the Buddha taught is not something he borrowed from somebody else. It is not a borrowed knowledge. What we all know is of somebody else's. They are not ours. We learned from somebody and we are just becoming mouthpieces to repeat them back again. To tell them back again. But Buddha's words, not a repetition. Buddha's words stem out within himself with his understanding, realizing of the truth. And that realization he tried to put into words. The path to the realization he tried to explain in different manner. Why different manner? Because the audience is different. Before he gives a talk, he always surveys the background of the audience with his mind's eye. He knows the audience better than the audience itself. If you go to see the Buddha, once you sit down in front of the Buddha, you are totally exposed to him in the sense he understands you even better than you yourself. He knows your educational background, intellectual background, understanding capacity, your ethnic background, your cultural, environmental, emotional, also your temperament. Everything is known to him. And Buddha will go down to your level and he will use all sorts of similes, metaphors, stories, and he will deduct his Dhamma to suit you and will raise you spiritually with his teaching. And sometimes even you are capable of opening your eyes to the truth, your eyes to the Dhamma. In many suttas you will find Dhamma chakkung udapadi. Their eyes to the Dhamma was opened. Their eyes were opened. What eyes? To the truth, to the Dhamma. And what type of vision they have after this opening of the eyes? Yang kinchi samudaya dhammang sabbang tang nirodha dhammanti. This is what they see. Arising samudaya dhammang, vanishing nirodha dhammang. Whatever phenomena they observe, they experience in the world, they won't grasp them, they won't hold on to them, they won't be attached to them because they see arising, they see vanishing. Upada bhanga. This miracle can happen just by listening to the Buddha. Not by meditating, not by practicing, just by listening to the Buddha, you are transformed your vision completely. Before, whenever you see stuff, see those phenomena, you hold on to them if they are good. You are attached to them if they are good, and you attack them if they are bad. But after the Buddha opens your eyes to the Dhamma, Dhamma chakku, then whatever good or bad you observe, you see arising and vanishing. Good arising and vanishing. Bad arising and vanishing. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to be attached. While just listening to the Buddha, people opened their eyes. How? Because Dhamma is swakhato. Dhamma is well proclaimed. Now, there are 6 factors that prove, that confirm the well proclaimed Dhamma. What are those 6 factors? They are given in many suttas by the Buddha himself to explain his teaching. He says, Adi kalyanam, majje kalyanam, pariyosane kalyanam, satam sabyanjanam, kevala paripunnam, parisuddham, dhammam pakasesi. Adi kalyanam, beginning is good. Majje kalyanam, the middle part of whatever teaching is good. Pariyosane kalyanam, the conclusion is good. From the level of a stanza, 4-sentenced stanza, the first word is good, perfect. The words in the middle are good, and words that conclude the stanza are good. A sutta with a single sequence, introduction is perfect, good. Explanation in the middle is good, and the conclusion, the finale is good. So is also with a sutta with many sequences, beginning, middle, and the end, and the entire dispensation of Buddha's teaching is good because it promotes virtue of one's own well-being in the beginning, and then the serenity and the insight meditation, or the path and fruition in the middle, and nibbana in the end, the liberation in the end. So these 3 points of goodness is applied from a small 4-sentenced stanza to the entire dispensation of the Buddha. Beginning is good, middle is good, the end is good. The 4th quality is satam, with right meaning. Remember, words are what we hear. Meaning remains with the person. Even when you are communicating with a normal human being, with a human being just like you, with your family members, how many times you misunderstand each other? You did not misunderstand the word, but you misunderstood the implied meaning behind that word. Meaning didn't come to you, only the words came to you. And you gave your own implication, your meaning for that word. So misunderstanding happened. How about the Buddha's teaching? Whatever the Buddha said, words came to the audience. Meaning remained with the Buddha. So the Buddha had to clarify, explain, using all sorts of devices. He tried to explain what he really meant, but still people misunderstood. In Theravada itself, you can find the Tipitaka, Then comes the commentaries, we call Attakatha, commentaries. Then there are situations, there are places people couldn't understand even what is explained in the commentaries, Attakatha. Then there are sub-commentaries, Tika. Even people couldn't understand, there are instances in the sub-commentaries. Then comes the sub-commentaries, Anutika. So the literature that caused or based upon Tipitaka is so vast, so huge, because of the people, their misunderstanding. And not only that, after the Buddha's passing away, within few years, how many schools of Buddhism arose based on the same Buddha's teaching? There are 32 schools. 32 schools were arisen based on the Buddha's teaching. Now there are few even remaining today. Mahayana, Vajrayana, Hinayana and Zen Buddhism and Theravada, that what we are following. Yeah. But the root is Buddha. Not that the Mahayana is following different Buddha than to us. We are following the same Buddha, same Buddha's teaching, but different definitions, different explanations caused all these different sects of Buddhism to happen. Yeah. So the meaning is so hard to have this same or similar understanding, similar acceptance. Meaning can be different, though the word is same. But Buddhism gives that freedom. Buddhism allows it for you to understand as you can understand. Now, most of the suttas begins with these three small words, evam me sutam. The meaning is, thus have I heard. Now, these three words are not from the Buddha. These words are Venerable Ananda's. Venerable Ananda was the Buddha's attendant, chief attendant. He had this fantastic memory that whatever the Buddha taught, immediately as the Buddha taught, Venerable Ananda could memorize them. Buddha did not have to repeat them. Not only he remembered what the Buddha taught, but also he remembered the context, to whom and to where and in which place. So Ananda was the source of, Venerable Ananda was the source of knowledge, or the source of all the Buddha's teaching to be introduced in the first Sangha Council. And we can see how humble he was. Though he heard from the Buddha himself, he never said, this is what Buddha said. He indicates, while Buddha was saying this, I was not an arahant. I was not enlightened. So the enlightened Buddha and me are different individuals. What the Buddha meant is remaining with him. Only the words came to me. This is what I heard. These are the words that I heard. Meaning is with the Buddha. This is what he implies when he says, thus I have heard. Evam me sutam. It shows how humble, the humility in his heart. And also it shows the freedom that the Buddhism grants for the people to understand Buddhism differently. The freedom is given with these words of Venerable Ananda. That is the fourth quality, satham, with the right meaning. Of course, the Buddha gave the right meaning. It is up to us to understand it as it is. People misunderstood it. That is why all sorts of different sects of Buddhism happen to arise in the world. Then the next quality is sabhyanjanam, with details. Of course, meaning and detail goes together. Yeah, they go together. Details means Buddha always get similes, stories to back up his point of view or his teaching, to make sure that the audience understands better. So he gets all sorts of details to explain it. It is well detailed, whatever the Buddha teaches, to suit the audience properly. That's the fifth quality. Then comes the perfection. Buddha's teaching is utterly perfect, in the sense there is nothing to add more. Nothing to add more. Everything is there. Everything which is required is there. That is the idea. Kevala paripurna. Absolutely perfect. Then comes parisuddham, absolutely purified. It means nothing to be reduced, nothing to get rid of. In the first word Buddha said, and in the last word Buddha said, and all those words that he uttered while he was teaching Dhamma throughout his 45 years of ministry, there is nothing to cast away as unnecessary, useless, misspelled. Now, we have to understand that whatever the Buddha teaches is always spontaneous. They were not premeditated. As the crowd comes in, or as the Buddha meets them, Buddha come to the conclusion that their understanding capacity, their backgrounds, their temperaments and everything, then he gives the talk to suit them. It is always utterly spontaneous. Though it was spontaneous, it was perfect in the sense of nothing to be added as something missed, or Buddha missed this, Buddha couldn't mention this. No one can, or no one is capable of collecting or adding something more. And no one is to find something to remove as useless, no need, extra. It is ultimately perfect and pure. So since these qualities is there, beginning is good, Adi Kalyanam, Madhya Kalyanam, the middle is good, and Paryosane Kalyanam, the ending is good. And then Satam with meaning, with the right meaning. Sabhyanjanam with detail, utterly detailed. Kevala Paripurnam, absolutely perfect. Parisuddham, absolutely pure. Because of these qualities, we call Buddha's teaching is Swakhato, well proclaimed. The second quality, Sanditiko, that means visible here and now. Buddha never talked about experiencing the results of your practice in the next life after this. Buddha is always talking about experiencing the benefit of your practice. He says you won't be disappointed if you really put into your effort into the practice. You will never be disappointed. Yeah. There will be one or another, any sort of result, benefit out of your practice in this life itself. So it is for this life, not for the next life. Now, if we are talking about next life, we are safe, we are secure. Yeah. You get the results in the next life. Nobody will come back from the death or from the next life to come and criticize you or to tell you that you are wrong. Nobody will come and argue with you that you taught something wrong. You are safe. But if somebody says you get the results here and now in this life itself, then that teaching must be completely accurate, absolutely truthful. Because while you are living here itself, you can gain the benefit. Buddha had this total and absolute truthfulness within him. He did not delay the results of his teaching for the next life. He says, if you put into this teaching, into your patipatti, into your principles, into your practice, you will get the results here and now. Why wait for the next life? Yeah. Only an enlightened master can do that. Only a real teacher could do that, who realized the correct path and who profess that correct path to the audience could do that, not a bogus one. In the Satipatthana Sutta, Sati mindfulness, Patthana establishment. In that sutta, Buddha says there are 4 types of objects in your life that you have to establish your mindfulness. What are they? Physical movement, physical postures, kayanupassana. Then comes the sensations or feelings of your body, vedananupassana. Then your consciousness itself, chittanupassana. Then the mental objects, the contents of your consciousness, contents of your mind, they are called mental objects, Dhammanupassana. Kaya, Vedana, Chitta, Dhamma, Anupassana, observation or keeping awareness in another sense to your whole life, to the movement, to the feelings, to the mind and contents in the mind. If you keep your awareness absolutely, maximum within 7 years, minimum within 7 days, you will attain to a certain stage of sainthood, either Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant. It is with absolute surety, with the conviction of his own realization. Buddha said, you will gain the result here and now. Now, this is the path to the enlightenment, the supramundane level. In the mundane level, when you do something good, you try to create happiness in someone. How do you feel in that very moment? Sanditiko, you feel happy. In that very moment, you feel certain happiness within you with your effort to create some happiness in somebody else. It may be pouring some water to a withering plant. You can see the plant is getting life, getting its life back. How do you feel? Happy. You see a homeless guy genuinely suffering and you do some favor, give some help. He's happy and you feel happiness within. This is immediate. Immediately your consciousness becomes so happy, so joyful. So when you do something good, you don't need to wait till the next life to see the benefit. Here itself you can see, but of course our awareness is always in the negative side. Only the dark factors, or when people do something bad, and you can see there are consequences sometimes in its immediate situation, immediate state. No need to wait. Yeah. Of course, when you do something good and get the benefit, we call sandittika result. Result visible here and now. But when you do something bad, something unwholesome, we don't say sandittika result. We say ditta dhamma vedaniya karma. Yeah. Now it is better. It is better to have some awareness on this. Karma is separated into 4 types based on the time they bear fruit. Some karma bear fruits immediately. Yeah. We think it is some karma. Actually, it is not limited to several types of karma. All karmic results or the karmic energy that we generate within ourselves, certain portion of it are bound to give results immediately. Let me explain this a little bit further with the Abhidharmic support. Yeah. Now, Buddha says there are 4 types of karma according to the time they give results. First one is immediately effective. Immediately effective. That is, I just mentioned, ditta dhamma vedaniya kamma. Immediately effective. The second one is subsequently effective, in the sense in the immediate next life. Yeah, subsequently effective. The third one is indefinitely effective. Indefinitely effective. We call upapajja vedaniya kamma. Ditta dhamma vedaniya, immediately effective. Aparaparya vedaniya, subsequently effective. That means next life, immediate next life. And upapajja vedaniya, indefinitely effective. It means after next life, until you attain your enlightenment, between one of these lives, the karmic results will happen, or the karma will bear the fruition. And the fourth one is defunct. Defunct ahosi. They just will lose the opportunity to give results. What will lose the opportunity to give results? If a karmic energy which were designated to give results in this present life, if it misses the chance to give results, they become defunct, ahosi, yeah, useless. If a karmic energy which is designated to give results in the next, immediately after this life, if it loses the opportunity to give results, it becomes defunct. And if somebody attain arahant, breaking the cycle of samsara, come to a state where he will have no rebirth again, then all the karmic energy he was carrying become defunct, ahosi. For example, Venerable Angulimala is a mass murderer, serial killer, killed hundreds of people. But in that life itself, he became an arahant. He stopped his wheel of becoming. No more rebirth for him. So all the negative karmic energy he accumulated will not have opportunity to bear results. So they become defunct ahosi karma. Please do remember this. Four types of karma according to the time they bear fruits. Immediately effective, subsequently effective, indefinitely effective, and defunct. Yeah. So what are these four types? On what are they based on? Now, according to the Abhidhamma, each karma, each moments of karma has 7 thought moments. Whether the karma is happening via mouth as verbal karma, via body as physical karma, via mind as mental karma, physical, verbal, mental. All sorts of these 3 karma has moments of karma. Each moment has 7 thought moments. I'm not going to explain what are the thought moments. It's a long explanation. But just to remember, thought moments are there. 7 thought moments are related to each karmic moments. Now, first out of these 7 thought moments, now other thing is, each 7 of these thought moments bear certain karmic energy within. It means when we do karma to the external world, yeah, karma is always happening with the exterior, right? With the external world. Unknowingly, we are depositing a certain karmic energy. Yeah. Now, if you separate that karmic energy into 7 portions, the first portion of the karmic energy will bear results in this life itself. The first one. And the 7th one, the last portion of the 7 thought moments, that last portion of karmic energy, 7th moment of karmic energy, will bear results in the immediate next life. That means our next life. So all what you are doing today, good actions, bad actions, in the immediate next life, only the last portion of that karma will bear results. Each of those karma. And in between there are 5 portions or 5 moments of consciousness are there. 5 moments of consciousness. And these 5 moments of consciousness will bear results. These 5 portions will give fruition in one of the lifetimes between the next life and the nirvana. Yeah. This is how Buddha classified the karma that will give you immediate results and the subsequent results and indefinite results. Or if none of the opportunities are there to give results, they become defunct. They become ahosi karma. So there is no particular bad action that will give results in this life itself. Only the portion of your bad karma, of your good karma, will bear results in this life itself. The 7 thought moments are there. Each thought moment carries certain positive or negative energy based on your good or bad karma. And the first portion will give results in this present life itself. And how does they function? In the form of giving results. They will subdue or minimize or reduce your bad karmic energy. If you have within you from your past lives, that bad karmic energy can be reduced, can be subdued with your good karma as the immediate results. Or if you are doing bad again and again, they will increase your unwholesome karmic energy as the immediate results. With that increasement of this unwholesome karmic energy, we say, oh, he get the results here and now. He serves right. He got the result of his bad action here and now. Because he strengthened his dark karmic energy with the dark karma now. Yeah. So either strengthening your past good or bad karmic energy, or subduing, minimizing your good or bad karmic energy. The present karma give results here and now. Right? So this is how we have to understand. There are 4 types of karma according to the time they give results. They are the immediately, subsequently, indefinitely effective, or defunct. Ahosi. Immediately, subsequently, indefinitely, defunct. Please remember like that. Yeah. And there are 7 thought moments for each karma. Each karmic moments, 7 thought moments. First thought moment, the positive energy of the good karma and the negative energy of the bad karma will give results in this life itself. 7th thought moment will give the results in the immediate next life. And the intermediate 5 thought moments will give results indefinitely in one of the lifetimes until you attain Nibbana. So, Sanditthiko, when you do something good, you will see the benefit here and now in the form of subduing, in the form of reducing your bad karma in the past life and increasing and enhancing your good karma you brought from the past life. The good action of yours, Sanditthiko, will bear the results in this life itself. Now, during the Buddha's time, many incidents happened related to this Sanditthiko. As the time permits, let me tell you a story. Yeah, that Buddha had a neighbor when he was taking his residence in Veluvanarama monastery. Yeah, this is a beautiful monastery. Velu means bamboo, a bamboo grove. All sorts of bamboo trees were there. Beautiful park, pleasure park of the king offered to Buddha to use it as his monastery. Monks and the Buddha peacefully residing in this temple. And their peacefulness were kind of disturbed by the crying of the pigs. Pigs crying in their pain and fear of the death because their neighbor is a pig butcher called Chunda Sukarika. Now this Chunda, as the order comes, he kills those pigs. And he was not killing in a merciful manner, torturous manner. He tortures the pig before he kills it. And when the pig is being tortured, he makes the utmost sad, pleading noise. And the Buddha and the monks every day had to listen to this cry of the pigs. This was usual for them. Every day, this Chunda was killing pigs. Surprising enough, Buddha did not go and see the pig butcher, this Chunda, and Buddha did not put any effort to stop him. You can see that Buddha will not work hard or put an effort on the useless cases. Only the people who are worthy of his assistance Buddha will reach. This guy was not. He had no any parami. He had no any spiritual development within him. So Buddha will not waste his time on such a person. And one day the monks, they happened to hear that even at night, this butcher was continuing his killing. Then in the Dhamma hall, they just told the Buddha, Venerable Sir, it seems this butcher had got a big order. He is continuing his killing even at night. Buddha said, no, he's not killing at night. This is not either killing. This is the shouting, crying of the Chunda. He is about to die. And he is showing where he is going to be reborn with his crying. Now he is showing the karmic results. So far, he did not show any karmic results of those torturous killing. Now he is showing he is about to die. For 7 days, day and night, Chunda was crying just like a pig. Just like a pig, he was crying and crying for 7 days, and he died and was reborn in one of the severest hells. While Buddha was very much alive, having the Buddha as his neighbor, still this man was born in hell, to a place he went, even the Buddha couldn't help. Nobody could help. This is how the immediate effective karma. On the good side, there was this devotee of Buddha called Dhammika, elderly man, one of the Buddha's ardent supporter. He used to offer dana to the Buddha as much as he could. Whenever Buddha is in town, he went to see the Buddha, listened to his Dhamma, and followed that Dhamma. Kind, loving-hearted, compassionate, simple, less egoistic, nice man. Not only he followed Dhamma, but also he got his children to follow the Dhamma. And he also about to die. When he was about to die, he asked his children to go to temple and get some monks to chant for him. The monks came, and this Dhammika requested them to chant Satipatthana Sutta. Must have a thorough knowledge on Dhamma for such a person to ask to chant Satipatthana Sutta. While the monks were chanting the sutta, suddenly this devout devotee said, Stop, don't bother me. The monks stopped chanting, and the children start crying. The monks did not want to stay there. The children crying, and devotee asked them to stop chanting. The monk went back to the temple. After some time, this Dhammik opened his eyes and asked, "Where are the monks? What happened to the chanting?" "Why, father, you told them to stop chanting." "Yeah, not to bother you." Then this Dhammika said, "I did not say anything to the monks. I was talking to those divine beings who had come from all those divine realms, 6 divine realms. They had come to see me and asking me to come to their own divine realms. They are kind of arguing. They are kind of repeatedly asking me, disturbing my listening to the chanting. I told them to stop until I finish my listening to the chanting." Then still these children thought he must be talking nonsense, just about to die. His mind must have gone astray. Yeah. Then he asked the children, "Get me a wreath of flowers. What is the best of the heavens, you think?" Then the children said, "We have heard the best of the heavenly abodes is the Tusita, the realm of divine beings." "Then throw this wreath of flowers with the determination. May this wreath of flowers get hanged at the vehicle came from Tusita divine realm." They threw it to the sky, and it says they saw this wreath of flowers were hanging in the sky, but they couldn't see the vehicle. And he said, "I live my life to the fullest. I'm a happy man. No need to cry after me. I'm going to be born in this Tusita heaven. My death is a promotion. Be like me. Do good. Be good. And when your time is over, come to me." He just died consciously and was born in the Tusita heaven. Immediately effective, immediately giving results. This is how Sanditthiko, the Dhamma, visible here and now. Dittha Dhamma Vedaniya, when you do good, when you do bad, when you engage in continuous unwholesome activities, they are also visible here and now. Yeah. The Dhamma on the Lokottara supramundane path, you will get the benefit in this life itself if you completely engaged in the work of the Dhamma totally. But also, on the other hand, if you live such a righteous life, avoiding the breaking of 5 precepts, yeah, fulfilling your commitments to the family, yeah, charitra, varitra, avoiding that what you shouldn't do, engaging on things what you should do, charitra, engage, attend to things what you should do, avoid varitra from the things that you shouldn't do. Compassionate, helpful, supportive, patient person who has no regrets will receive benefits here and now. Sanditthiko. Okay, with this we conclude this Dhamma talk. Today we explained the 2 virtues related to the Buddha's teaching, the Dhamma. The first one is that the Buddha's teaching is well proclaimed, swakhato. I explained the factors of Buddha's well proclamation of the Dhamma, and then Buddha's teaching is to be bear fruit here and now, Sandittiko. Okay, this Dhamma talk is being sponsored by Dr. Kottahachi. His aspirations, especially to dedicate all these merits to his beloved wife, Mrs. Kottahachi, and to her father, and also to his parents. So let's dedicate all these merits to the departed ones, ancestors, forefathers, including Mrs. Kottahachi, and to your all departed relatives, wherever they are, however they are, if they are ever in a situation still waiting to be rejoiced with your merits. May all those departed ones be rejoiced with your merits. May their present existences become blissful, happy, and peaceful with these aspirations. Let's share merits. Idamme jnatinam hotu sukhita hontu jnatayo. Idamme jnatinam hotu sukhita hontu jnatayo. Idamme jnatinam hotu sukhita hontu jnatayo. May all the divine beings, devas, be rejoiced with these merits. May their support, may their assistance be with you always, especially Dr. Kottahachi and the children. Be protected by those divine beings. May your aspirations, goals, expectations be fulfilled with the support of the devas. May you be enabled to live this life peacefully, happily, and blissfully, with the physical health and mental happiness. May all the devas be rejoiced with these merits. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanam. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakhantu loka sasanam. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanam. May the final liberation of Nibbana be happen to us by the power of this Dhamma. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mame bhavatvantarayo sukhe deghayuko bhava. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.